FMtraining.tv. My name is Margaret. I'll be your broadcast engineer for today. I'm here to talk about the wonderful and amazing FileMaker platform. Hope you all have been doing great. We are currently on a Tuesday. So today we are finishing up a mini series with Nick, which is basically about advanced relationships. So anyway, basically this week we're going to be finishing up this array of streams. Starting next week, we're going to be starting a 60-day long series about Claris FileMaker training for beginners. It's going to be, we do this pretty much every year. We didn't quite do it last year, so we're doing it at the beginning of this one and cutting the difference. Basically, we're going to be doing as much as you can learn about FileMaker from the complete beginning in the course of about 60-ish days or 45-ish actual business days. We call it 60 days because it's going to cover a couple months. As a quick reminder, the actual streams will be free. The recordings will not be. So if you would like to see the recordings for this series, feel free to get one of these subscriptions. We have FM Training subscriptions. We got tons of video content. This will be added to it. There's also other video content. We have a ton of video content about training people in FileMaker. Frankly, I find about half our people who watch, like really watching live, interacting with us live and asking questions live, and about a good chunk of people, I always get comments on it, really don't. They really like organized videos they can go through, pause, start, zoom back in. They like animations, all that jazz. All of this can be found in our actual training subscriptions. You'll find hundreds of hours of stuff in there. With that all being said, I think we're probably good. Okay. Nick, what are we doing today?
Hello, Marge. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining today. So, what we do today? The last day for me for some time, like 60 days, right? So,
Yes.
that will be my last day. So, today we do the second day of the advanced, relationship for expert people. Okay. So relationship, we can stay a month talking about this, and so that's something that will happen after the 60 days, right, of the beginning training. We will continue to explore and see how this relationship works. It's a vast topic, because there's a lot of things we can do with a relationship. So going to explain some, how this works. But when we get the principle of how this works, when we deal with, our predicate multi-values, and and we use this, right? And then we can start talking about what we can do with this. Okay. So today I'm going to show you something I'm using a lot. Okay. So is how we combine things coming from different sources, and then we combine everything, and then we get something else, right? So we will use something like this, we will play with this. So yesterday I explained to you how the relationship works with a multi-value, and when you have one predicate, and then you have the same fields, the same source field, parent key that goes to multiple fields like this. And we saw that how the relationship behaves when you have one unique um, parent key and multiple foreign keys like this, right? And then when we start using another field, we saw that everything changed, right? So today we're going to use this technique, but in the same time, when we deal with relationship, it's not just knowing how the relationship works. It's also knowing how to gather things, how to get things, because this is not out of the box in FileMaker. How we gather, the gathering of data, how we get things, and then what we get, what we do using the relationship, right? So relationship is not just A to B, right? You have multiple relationship, right? And you use multiple relationship to gather all what we once, right? And then we use all these, we put all of this in one bucket, poof, and then we have another relationship, and then we get the records, right? So let's start. Yesterday you said you had a question that you wanted to deal today.
So, if you have a field with three options, green, yellow, and red, and in the link multi-value contains green and yellow, will it show all the records that contains green or yellow only?
If you have the green and yellow in your parent key, you will have all the record that has green, that they are green and yellow. I mean, you have all the green record and also all the yellow. You pile the records. So let's say you have 15 greens and 5 yellow. At the end, you have 20 records. The 15 greens and the 5 yellow. Correct? That is if you have one predicate. I can build this, by the way.
That
Right?
probably might help the visual a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so let's say, so I'm going to create a new file. Okay. Yeah, it's a simplistic example, but it could be nice, colors, right? So, so we have the parent key. So let's call it like this, right? In this table and data, right? You have color, right? And here you have the parent key, right? And here we say parent key with color, right? So in the parent key, so here in data, we have, ah, let's do this. That will help. This zoom commands. Okay. So we have green, 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 yellow, yellow, green, blue. Oh, blue. This is the French way. This is the American way, the English. Blue and yellow. Okay. So we have our relationship like this, right? Okay. Here, I put green. I have the green. And I put yellow. I have the yellow and the green. Correct? So far, so good. If I remove the green and if I put blue, this is how it works. Now, if I have two keys, this is parent key 1, this is parent key 2, right? I have two keys, right? And I'm pointing to two fields. I have color 1 and color 2, right? So now I have two keys. So if I go to data and I said, this is green and yellow, this is blue and yellow, this is blue and blue, this is green and green. Oops. This is yellow and blue, yellow and green, green and blue, and green and green, and another green and green. Oh, no, let's make yellow. Right? So I have different combination. If I, here is piling up, so I pile this, right? But if I have two keys, right? And one goes to color 1 and the other one go to color 2, right? Well, if I say yellow and green, I have only the one that are yellow and green, correct? So only the one that are both yellow green. Color 1 yellow, color 2 green, right? Correct? If I change this, blue, yellow and blue, only one. But now you can say, yeah, I want yellow and blue here. So now I have the yellow and blue and the blue because, it works. And I can say, yeah, but I can add green here, both. So now I can have 4 possibilities, right? I have the yellow green that works because it exists in both. I have the yellow blue, it exists in both. I have the blue, it exists in both. And the yellow green, it exists in both. Got it? So you can get one like this, that only one possibility, one yellow blue, right? But you can say, okay, I want color 1 yellow, but I want the green. So I have yellow, yellow, yellow. Here I will always have yellow because color 1, I said I want yellow only. But here I can have green and blue. See the power here? That's a good example, by the way, of this color stuff. Did you get it? How freaking powerful this could be, correct?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Right? So, but it's good because it's pretty much what we're going to do here, right? But this example on color is good. So, and you can add as many predicates you want, right? You understand? So, but where it could be interesting, right? And if we add a parent key 3 and we add a color 3, right? And here I said maroon, right? And black. Okay. So here I'm adding my third color, right? Black maroon. And here I said, okay, but I want to ignore, I want to remove, I don't want, this is a sign, difference, right? So what will happen here? So it's good because that gives me the possibility to show you something. Here it doesn't work, right? It doesn't work because this is empty. So you, in FileMaker, you cannot have a parent key empty. So this is something I want to show you about the relationship. It's very important to know that. it doesn't work, right? But if I do this, it works. This space 0 a whatever, now it works because it's not empty. That means this, now it doesn't work because it is not, it is empty. But if I want to ignore these predicates and say whatever, whatever, you know, I don't care about this one. It doesn't care. But if I said, yes, I want color 1 yellow, color 2 blue and the greens, blue and greens, but I don't want the maroon. Goes away. Correct? So, because it encountered a maroon, right? But if I put whatever, it doesn't care about this one. And if I put whatever here, right? No, here I need to have something here. This works only under what's the name? It works only on this one. This need to this, it's equal, so it needs to match. It needs to have something here that matches. But here we don't care, right? So we don't care about this. I mean, if it doesn't match, because we don't want the one that match. So when you have this situation here, we can put whatever. Okay? On this one. But it cannot be empty. You have to become something. You have to be something. Correct? So I can say, yeah, but I want to ignore the blacks. Right? And I want to add the green here. So you have only the maroon, right? But if I say this, it changed, boom. So now he say, okay, show me the yellow green here and the green blue here, right? But ignore the maroon, so I have only the blacks. If you say, okay, ignore the blacks, you have the maroon. Or, ignore. Right? So when you play with stuff like this, when you play with a relationship like this, you start opening a new dimension in how you deal, right, with relationship. How you can use relationship. So did I answer the question? I have a Discord now.
David, let us know if the question has been answered.
Okay. Okay.
We
So,
do have another question, by the way.
yeah,
Is it possible to copy the found set and paste them into another table?
copy the found set and paste in another table.
Yes.
Yes. But we call that transfer of found set. I think we have a webinar based on this, March. Can you check this?
I can go look,
Yeah,
yes.
transfer of found set. Pretty sure we have one.
Oh, we do. Yeah, it was 3 years ago, but we have
But I
him.
mean, the technique's still the same. I mean, when I say it's
Yes.
valid,
Yes. The technique has not
it could,
changed whatsoever.
no, technique hasn't changed since FileMaker 7. So, we're good. It might be like FileMaker 18 or FileMaker 19, but in the video, but still the same. It's the same technique.
Hmm.
So I'm going to give you this file to you anyway. So let's continue here. Okay. When you deal with relationship, okay, you must always, and I say that clear and loud, always deal with IDs. Don't deal with names. Don't deal with this. You deal with IDs. For example, here I have cities, companies, departments, and projects, right? So I have, you know, a table for cities and a table for company, and a table for departments, and a table for projects. And, on each of those tables, I have all my cities here, right? All my companies, all my departments, and all my projects. So that's so now to me, a city is no longer Akron or Anchorage, it's an ID, correct? So I'm dealing with IDs. That's the reason why, since the beginning of FileMaker 7, I think, the value list, right? We talk about value list. You can do this. Show me the ID here, the primary value, the primary field in the value list, it's an ID, right? And then you select as a second field the name. So you have the ID and the name. That's the value list. Okay. And then you say, okay, show values only from second field. That means in the value list, I'm seeing here the name, not the ID. But when I when I click here, that's the same field, right? But in this one, I have attached the value list. In this one, I don't. It's an edit box. Here, I attach the value list. But so if you do this, if you click here, you get an ID. So you see Annapolis, but to me, this is Annapolis. So if I go to the cities, I search, Annapolis is 7812 BC, correct? So now I can use this in my relationship, correct? That's why now in my contacts, to me, this contact is related to that city for that company and that department. I don't care about the names because all what I'm going to use are IDs. I'm not going to use names, right? In relationship, don't use names. Yeah, sometimes you can, like I said yesterday, yes, no, uh, or, active, inactive, uh, tomorrow, yesterday, something you have the control. Here, I don't have the control. I have no idea what NIDA Gay will be in Fort Collins working at Google as a R&D, right? I have no idea. This is something that can come. Yes, no, I have control, but this no. So I use the ID that I collect from the table, the city table, or the company table, or the department table, and I get the IDs, right? So uh, um, now, what do I want to do? I want a poll, right, where I'm going to select a city or some cities, some company, and I want the relationship to say I want people in that cities only for that cities, only working for the selected company, only working for the selected departments, right? And only included in some projects, right? So I want a constraint. That means this will constrain my font set, and this will constrain my font set, and this will constrain, and this will constrain. A regular standard relationship, right? So that easy. So let's start easy, right? So I want, right, the people, let's start with city. Okay, let's start slow. So I want the contacts show I want to display the contact only on the selected city. Correct? So far so good. We start easy, right? We start easy. So here, and um whether first name, uh last name, and the city. Okay. So I said I want Akron, Allentown, Anchorage, Annapolis, Gary, Gresham, Gresham. So I have my I have my poll here, right? So I have all the city. If I add Norfolk, I have Norfolk here. Okay. So that's the relationship I said that so far so good, right? Because here in my field here, I have the IDs of the city by clicking this. So now let's add this one here. So I want to constrain to only some companies, correct? So here are various companies, right? And I want to constrain this. So I want to add another. So in this relationship, I'm going to add company, company, right? So I have another predicate like this. Boom. Now I said I want Adobe and Google. So based on what I ask on the cities, I have constrained on what I've asked here and what I have asked here, that the only valid relationship that has both valid, both, right? So in this list of cities, I have only those people working in that company. So far, so good. Okay. I could add department and project as well, but I don't want to do that right now. So now I want to do something else. I don't want to constrain. I want to pile. I want to add, you know. So I want to look for the people in this city and add in my list the people working at Amazon and Google, and add to my list the people working in accounting and stuff like that. And so I want to do a search like new request. I want this to be a new request, not a constraint found set, right? To if I try to convert that in a perform fine situation, right? So instead of saying constraint, 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 I'm saying new request, new request, new request, new request, right? In a found set, in a perform. So how we can do that, right? So this is where it is interesting to see, how the relationship works and how we can combine all together. Okay. So here, first, so let's keep this. Here, I want uh, the contact cities by cities. I want a relationship that gather like this, right? So far, so good. Then I want the same for companies. So that would be company, company. And I want the same for departments. So easy, department, department. So now I have three relationship, correct? Free relationship. So let's see how that works, right? If you want to see the results of, if you want to see a result without of related records without to have a pull on the layout, you can use this technique. I want to see the list of what I get with the current situation, right? Okay, this is all the people I get with the relationship contact to city. I have those people. Okay. What about if I look for people in a company, right? I have those people. Are much more working for this company, correct? What about people with the department I selected? Okay, I've selected no department, so I need to select one. I have those people working. I have a lot of people, correct? Right? So what about I want all of those people, you know? I want all the people in I want something like this. I want all the people from those cities and all the people on this company and all the people on the departments, right? I want this. All those people here, all of those people. It's the combination of all the people I get from that relationship and all the people I get in that relationship and all the people I get in that relationship. right? I want this. But I want to convert this into a font set, into a related, a list, into a portal. Because so far now, this is a calc, but it's not a portal. So how I can combine all those people in one portal, right? Since there's no way we can do that with a relationship. I cannot do this. You understand? We can't do that in a
Mm-hmm.
relationship. But yes, we can. And I'm going to show you how. So remember this here. And remember what I told you. I don't want to deal with first name, last. I don't want. To me, to me, a contact, a record is an ID. It's nothing else than this. It's an ID. So this is what I get. I don't care who is. It's a pile. I'm piling all the IDs. Boom, 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 like this. Right. So now you need to apply. That's why, FileMaker is not just like, okay, relationship A to B. Boom. No, it's the combination of multiple features, and then you get a new feature at the end. Demo. I want to combine this in one portal, right? And I want to pile them, right? I don't want to constrain them. I want these people and these people and these people, right? And later on, I'm going to talk about this, right? I want to convert this. So we need to combine all of this in one field, you know? And we say this is, you know, combined, multi-source relationship. Okay, E, right? It is a field, right? This field is where I'm going to get this, right? I want this in this field. Yes, but how I can get this field to work? How I can get this field to work? Because if I click here, right? See? So I select this, right? So I got it working. If so, let's clear everything, right? So I got this, the list of this, and the list of this, and the list of this. This is really, really dirty. It's a dirty code. Let's make it clear, clean, okay? But it was for the demo to explain to you, you know? So cities, contacts by cities is this. This is to show you how to combine multiple lists together. This is one list. Then I have the contact company, right? Equal this. And the Contact. I always have a problem with this word. Contact departments equal this. Now that I have this, I can do this. A list of the lists. If you do a list within the list, it won't work. Here it will. Okay. So this is much cleaner than and faster. Okay, so I have those are the people in Jefferson City, correct? So let's assume this. Let's check this, right? Jefferson City. City. I have 5 people, right? ID city. So I have AD, that the people, AD9D, 0F55, CD6D. So it works, right? Then I say yes, but also I want all the people working at Adobe, right? So I'm much more people now. It's piling on top of it, right? Correct? And let's say also, I want the people working as media relations. So I have even more people. So let's check how many people I have. So you know to count. So this method here, it's extremely great. Why? Because we get something for free, something that uh, something that you know uh, it costs normally to get. Here I'm saying value counts how many people I have in total. Okay, correct? How many people I have in total. So value count, I'm going to count how many values I have here, right? Correct? Value count on this, you know, and this is right. So in my relationship here, I have 144 records because I ask here for free stuff. If I change here, if I change, I remove Jefferson and I add Miami or Milwaukee, I have 142. If I had Milwaukee and Reading and Reno and Rochester and Springfield, it's spinning, right? And I want the people at Apple and Google, it's spinning. And if I want the people advertising and asset management, it's spinning. It's spinning the people here. So I'm gathering all the IDs, boom, 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 boom. So I'm sucking in all the ID from different relationship, and now I have a new field, and now I can have right this multi contacts because all of those are contact IDs, right? So now this here is my people. I have now a portal based on those people. demonstration. I clear this, you see it changes, right? I clear this and I clear this. I have none, zero record. If I say Anchorage, poof, those my people. Auburn, and college. See, it piles, correct? Now I'm adding Adobe, Apple, Borland, payroll, quality insurance, tech support, right? So I pile like this. So I gather my IDs from wherever I want using relationships, correct? And then I'm gathering all this in one unique bucket. And now I have another relationship, right? Based on that bucket. So yes, we can have a relationship with multiple sources.
Larry says this is very cool and very useful. Lynn says, can you show the auto enter calculation again?
Yeah. The auto entry calculation is this. So you have a let statement, right? That goes to that list, right? So I have one list, another list, and another list. I have three sources, right? Let's rename this. Source one, source two, source three, right? The source one is all the contacts with my selection, all the IDs of the contact with the city I selected. We know when I click here. This is a list of all the contacts I listed with the companies. And all the list is the people I selected with the departments piling together. Boom, 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 boom. Right? Simple. So if you want to embed lists, if you want embedded lists, like list within the list, you need to use that technique, the let statements. You have the first source and the second and the third, and then you do a list again with the three lists. Right? Now, what you need to know, because FileMaker is smart, it could happen that I can have in the list, it could happen that I have somebody in Auburn also working at Apple or Adobe, also so I could have, right, multiple times the same ID. That means multiple times the same guy, correct? So, but the relation, so I can show you this, right? If I do this, if I sort by the ID, all those relationships, I will get something like this. It's sorted by ID, right? So maybe I can have the chance to have multiple times the same guy. Okay, so what we can do here, we can you know that you can sort a field. You know that, right? I'm going to show you. I want to sort that field by IDs to see if I have duplicates, right? Because here I won't see if I have duplicates. So not with this technique. But I want to know if I have duplicate in my list. So I'm going to show you something maybe you don't know. I said maybe. I'm going here, right? You know, and I'm going to sort the value, right? In here, the data type is 1 and the local is this. List. Oh, so I'm not sure I'm doing that right. Let's go to the help. This is what I'm doing when you know, I think I don't get the sort values. I think I didn't get the data type, the number that specify, yeah, so it's 1, yeah. And oh yeah, the local, yeah, I can put nothing. Um, you know, I don't care about their locale. I don't have to put the locale. Okay, yeah. So you can sort a contents. This is why it doesn't work. Okay, so now you can see it is sorted. So here I have twice the same, correct? Right? So you want to sort a list in a field, you can do that. So 1 is text, 2 is number, 3 is date, 4 is time, right? You have a number here, right? So you sort the value, you have this, and you say you want to sort by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Correct? I don't know why they say -2. Oh yeah, why is it -2? I have no idea why they say -2. See, there's no minus here. But so it's a very old feature here, right? So you can sort the content of a field. So now I can see if I have double. But if you go here, you won't see any double people, right? If I sort this by first and last, right? Or better, by contact, by the ID, then this and this will be in sync. I don't have twice the same. I have no way I have twice the same, right? So let's make sure, you know, I have first and last. So why that, right? I don't have twice the same. It's not the same Adrian, right? I don't have twice the same, but here I have twice the same, right? So a proof of it, I have values, and here I will say count on my relationship, and this is records. So I have 442 value, but I only have 393 record. Why? Is because the relationship will crash. It will say, okay, I have twice the same. I don't care. I show only one on the relationship. So you won't have twice the same person here, even though in my selection, it came twice. Here too, it came twice. Here too, it came twice. Here too, it came twice. Correct? So we don't care because FileMaker will pretty much do a unique value constraint. I mean, it will crash, right? So if I add, 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 I have more value here than I have here, which is normal because of what I just said. Now, if you want this and this to be in sync, you can do this. So you do this, you add this here, right? Right? And you said unique, unique values on this, and you use this. So now it will crash. That means 412 for 12, because unique value will say, okay, if I have 3 times the same value, I'm showing only one of the 3, right? It could be more efficient if here you get a lot of values. If you have thousands of values here, it will be faster. The relationship, this relationship will get fast because you have less value to analyze, right? Correct? So now, do we have questions?
We do. Uh, can you use unique to eliminate the repeating IDs?
Yeah, that's what I just did. That was on YouTube.
Uh, yeah, it was a little bit before, so
Yeah. So I just did it. I just made it.
yes. Uh, -2 is sort descending when there is a
Oh
minus
yeah.
one.
That's all descending. Yeah. So now I want to spice up a little bit of this. You know, I want to have like an omitting system, right? I want an omitting system, right? So I'm selecting the cities, right? But within these cities, I don't want Adobe, I don't want Apple, and I don't want Borland, right? So I want an omitting system. Okay, so what do I do? Right here, I said, okay, this, I have my what's the name? I want to omit, the people in that. See, I don't want to pile. So far, I was piling in one multi-source relationship, right? So now I'm going to do something different, right? Oh, I forgot something before I go there. Yeah, sorry. That will be after. What I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you that the next. I want to do something else first. That okay? So far, I did a collection of data from the same table, contact, contact, contact. But I want to spice up a little bit. Yes, because I want to look also for projects. contact projects. So here, right, I'm going to the project table, right? Not to the contact table. This is project table, another table, right? So I want to connect the selected project with this, right? And you see that in my project table, I have IDs of contacts. So pretty much, in my here, I can show, instead of showing this, I can show project contact. Where's project contact? Here. I can show this first, last, company, department, city, right? So this is the people. This is the people for that project. This is the people for that project. This is the people for that project. This one, this one, this one, this one. So each project, I have different contacts. Okay? Correct? Right? Are we correct for
Mm-hmm.
that? Okay. So here, not only I want to add the people from those city, I want to add these people from the company. I want to add the people, and also I want the people from project 10, 17, 3, and 21, right? So how I'm doing this? Well, I have a relationship from this table, you know, to the project table. So now in my multi-source stuff, I can add a source 4, which is a list of the contact to projects IDF contact, the foreign key in the project table, the foreign contact keys in the project table, right? So I have multi-source now. This is contact, 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 and this is project. Is the contacts attached to the project. I could have the contact attached to I don't know, an invoice. I have the contact attached to a quote. Whatever. I could add whatever I want. Multi-source. I just have to add this source 4 on my list, and that's it. Right? Oh. So now I can do this. So I have 4 and 18 people here. If I add project 10, if I have all those projects here, I have 470, right? So I add stuff, correct? Do we have a question on this? On this multi-source. So
Uh,
yeah,
no questions, just people saying this is extremely useful. Um, Someone said omitting is not equal relationship.
yes, but how I can omit? So far, I'm piling here. So now, can we stay a little bit more, Marge? Then I can finish this.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Now let's do something. Let's spice up a little bit more. I want to play with this, not just piling, because we don't really do that. That was just for the demo. What we do, we say, okay, I want those projects, right? Or no, I want those cities, right? But omit, uh, I want, I want Adobe and Apple, right? And omit accounting, omit quality, omit payroll, So we want a mix, right? Or we want to omit everything, you know? Like you want, uh, or you select whatever you want, you want all the record, but you omit the cities and oh, I can do that. That's a nice demo. That's a really nice demo. You want all, but you want to omit this, right? Want to omit this and omit this, right? So how you do this, right? So, but we want that to be, we want to omit and include, um, but with multiple sources. That's what I want to show you. Like this situation where I have one relationship with people from project and contact. I have two sources, two, right? You understand? So I cannot go there and say, I want from the table, you know, uh, contact this relationship and this I cannot have multiple source here. This is only from one table to another table. One. I cannot have more. But what I want to show you that I can do that, right? So how we do? Well, this is a multi-source relationship. Okay. Let's do now, you know, include, right? And omit. I have two fields now. I have the include and the omit. I have two. Okay. So I want to include, in the include, what do I want? I want the list of whatever my project stuff, you know? I want to include those people, okay, in my relationship. But I want to omit this. So let's copy this. I want to omit the people like this. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyway. So in my relationship, I want to include the project I'm going to select, but I want to omit what I'm going to select in cities, companies, and departments. All of this in one freaking relationship. Okay? So what happened here? So let's put that on the side for now. So I said, I want to include these. And I want to omit this. Correct? So I want to include project 1, 2, 3, right? And 4. This is my IDs, correct? But I want to omit Akron, Athens, Atlanta, Chicago, right? So now I want a relationship for this, right? So you see, include those IDs, exclude, omit those IDs. Okay? So whatever, if I have one here, right? And one of those is also there, goes away because I said I want to omit them. So how this relationship will be, I don't want to destroy this. This is all, and I'm going to say here a new one, you know, include, omit, right? So what the include omit is, well, I want to include those people and I want to omit those people. So I have one bucket where I put all the IDs I want, and another bucket or with all the ID I don't want. If in the bucket one include, I have an ID that is also in the omit, it goes away. Demonstration. So let's go here. Let's duplicate this. This is include omit. Yeah, I wish we could have a remapping option that, you know, okay. This is my relationship. If so let's have a counter here, right? Let's have a counter. Counts. So I have not this. So let's clear all. I want project, all those projects is my IDs, right? But I want to omit Auburn and Augusta. This is what I have. This is the people I have. Also, I want to omit Google. Is there, right? I have people working at Google here. Okay. I don't want Google. It's gone. And I don't want Adobe neither. It's gone. Now, I say yes, but also I want to get rid of departments, right? So I want to get rid of media. It's not there anymore. And asset management. It's not there anymore. So you say yes. I include from projects table and I exclude from contact table. I have two buckets. One, I put all the IDs in and the other one I put all the ID in. Those IDs is the one that is going to pile this, right? And this is what we'll omit. So now you'll say, yes, Nick, but if I don't want to omit, sorry, if I don't want to omit anything, I don't want to omit. Remember what I told you? That when we have this operator in a relationship, we can put whatever. Okay, let's put whatever here. I have all the records. All the records that I have here, I have them here. I'm not omitting anything. If I click here, up, I don't have anchorage. If I put here, right, and I put whatever here, I have anchorage. If I click here, anchorage gone. So how can I put whatever here? I like to put this character because it's pretty much the default character for all, right? In the, whatever the Joker, the character at, right? So how we do this? Well, don't worry, we will go to the question. The link omits, right? We say, we add, oops, right? If is empty self at, otherwise sorted values. Well, I put anchorage. Oh yeah, no, so yeah. So if it's empty self, oh no, I cannot say self here. That's fine. If it's empty sort value, this. Okay. Okay. Athens. So Athens, Atlanta, Auburn, Augusta. Boom, 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 boom. If it's empty, poof, I have this. So if the field is empty, if there's nothing, it put this by default. That works only for this, right? Doesn't work for this. If I blank this, I don't have all, and I cannot do this, right? Unfortunately, I need something real. Here, I can put whatever I want. Here, I need something that works, right? Correct?
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is this, you know, we have one bucket or multiple buckets in which we play. So now, if you review what we learned yesterday, and you play with multiple values, you know what I mean? Because now I can say, yeah, include the cities and include the company, but exclude the departments. I can do whatever I want, depend on whatever relationship will fill this bucket and whatever relationship will fill these buckets, right? And then I can add a third one, right? And then we close the demo and we go to the question, and then you get rid of me for 2 months. Finally. People will say, finally, we get rid of it. Okay, so I can do something else, right? I can add, you know, another link, right? That is status, for example, right? And I say in this relationship here, right? I can do this. I add the status accepted, right? So I can add something else. I can add a third, completely different style. And so I need the link status here. And this is checkbox accepted, accepted, not accepted, right? Or both. And I can ignore this and this and this. Why is not ignoring? Maybe I don't have enough people. Okay, now it's ignoring. See? So, right? So you can have multiple things, combine multi. So if you want to do something like this with perform find, it's impossible. This is like the dry water and hot snow. It doesn't exist, right? Doesn't exist at all, even in the quantic states. Doesn't exist, right? So who would thought we could do all of this thing with FileMaker relationships?
I certainly didn't. Like I said, a lot of people have been talking about how insanely useful this is. So I don't
Yes,
think people didn't
because
think about it.
yeah, so that's why I want to dig more on this. Uh, After the 2 month break, for me, I will dig more on this. I will go further because this is just the tip of the iceberg. You can't even imagine what we can do with, you know, and you can't even imagine the application, what you can do here and how freaking fast it is, you know, compared to other things. I have a real world solution that where I use this, but I have an omit, right, with 4 different table, right, and I have something like 9 or 8 buckets of omitting or not omitting, depending if you say yes, no. You ask question, like, okay, do you want to omit this? Yes, no. You omit this? Yes, no. Omit this? Yes, no. So you can have yes, no, and you define what the yes no is based on the relationship that gather the IDs, right? And then you define what it is, right? uh you know it could be like omit people that doesn't want to receive letters, right? Or omit people paying with credit cards, right? Or omit people that are sending by email, right? You can have all those questions like this, and then you have your fun set. Before, the guy was doing an insane multiple show dialogue. Do you want to include this? Yes, no. Constraint fun set. Do you want to include this? Yes, no. Another dialogue. Yes, no. Constraint fun set. Constraint fun set. Constraint fun set. It was insane, right? So, especially when you have a decision on top of this, because if you have like a set of question like, oh, include this, doesn't include this, I don't want this, I want this, I don't want this, I want this, I want this, validate, show me the records if there's any, right? And you realize that it was wrong on many of those things, you know, because you know when you have a constraint or found set, maybe sometimes you can constrain too much, right? You understand? You go too much. Here we cannot do too much, right? The 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 relationship always right. So let's go to the question and
I don't see any at the moment, to be honest with you. Just a lot of people saying that some people are typing. Uh,
yeah. Well, so
just
what people said about this?
like I said, they think this is extremely useful. People are begging for the file.
Yeah, yeah. So the file is a little bit complex, so you need to watch the video because I have stuff on the side. It's let me fix this because I don't have 21. 21 has fixed this because I renamed this. I renamed this fields. Uh, yeah, I renamed that fields something like this. So okay, so and oh, this one I renamed. Yeah, this one is no longer working. It's contacts. What's the name of the relationship here? Let me fix this first. Oh, contact all. Yeah. I don't have 21 installed yet. And so contact all. Okay. Right. So you have multiple stuff. I can do this, by the way. Yeah. So then you have all the example in one, right? Okay. So yeah, of course, the file you'll have it. So that's the same file from yesterday, but advanced from yesterday.
Yes.
Okay.
I will bundle the two together. Uh, Lynn says we're gonna miss Nicholas Einstein Hunter for the next 60 days, and people are agreeing. So
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I know, but the boss wants me, out of the game. He wants all the flash, all the spotlight for him.
well,
It's
that'll
okay.
return
You know,
to like the Nick adventure for the rest of the year.
yeah, I
So.
have a 10 month in a year of spotlight, so I can give him some. It's okay.
All right. Uh, I think we're good otherwise, Nick. Thank you very much, as
Okay,
always.
thank you very much, and so enjoy your time. And I'm going to come to, I'm going to come to troll the boss a little bit sometime, because Discord works now. I have,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've
You could drive by and make commentary.
yeah, troll it.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Thank
Uh,
you.
all right, everybody, have a good one. We will see you tomorrow.
Okay, see you. Bye bye.